Hi. Hey guys, this is Kerry with Trail Traveler, of course, and got a cool product that is a real, I hate to use the cliche, it's a game changer for us. We have had a hot water system in our trailer for a while from Gasland. It's worked great. It connects to the water supply on the trailer and the propane on the trailer. We have instant hot water. We've had plenty of hot showers and things out on the trail. It's been great. But the downside is that it is tied to the trailer. And I mean literally tied to the trailer. It has to work off of the trailer's water supply, and you can only have so long of a hose. So when we're trying to take showers, you have to take it right next to the trailer, which sometimes is perfectly fine. Other times, you're making a muddy mess right there next to the trailer. And usually it's right where the cook station is. So it's not always the most convenient way to deal with showers and cleaning up when we're on trails or off camping. So this can solve that problem. This is the BougeRV Hot Water System with the shower head and everything. I'll show you all the different components and why this can be a big game changer for us. So we'll look at we'll start with the back here. It has a connection for your standard 1 pound propane bottles. It just screws onto the back here, and then we'll attach a propane bottle on the bottom. On the bottom is a little switch to turn the system on, and underneath this cover is a rechargeable battery. Now they say that battery should run this for about an hour. That's fine, that's pretty cool. But there's other ways of dealing with that. And I have forgot to turn that off before, and that battery was dead. So second way of powering it is you have 12 volt power in right here. So it does come with a 12 volt power plug. So standard cigarette lighter style, plug into any power station, plug into your vehicle with a nice long cable, and that will power the unit. If you are someplace where you have shore power, you got 120, well, guess what? It comes with a 120 to 12 volt. This is also what you're going to use to charge the battery that's in there. So we would just hook it up to this and be good to go. All right, so inside, let's continue with the front. We have a display on here. I'm gonna go ahead, I'll turn the system on. We can see some of the displays. So we can see we've got heat, we've got water, we have voltage, our input temperature, our output temperature, and the charge of our battery. So on-off switch over here, pump switch over here, and we have a pump port, which is for power to the pump, water in and water out. So we'll take a look at the water out. Now these are nice silicone hoses. They seem to work pretty well. I don't have any real issues with these. So just pop it right in place, and then we can take our shower head, boom, right there, we're good to go. And I'll show you the functionality of this in just a minute, which I think is pretty cool. For the pump side, we have the blue. Again, it's so nice. This stuff is just color matched. And then we take the plug it in there. I'm going to turn the system off. And then we have a submersible pump. Now this has caused me a little bit of issue, but we'll get to that in just a second. So last piece we have here is kind of this little mount, I guess you would call it. So undo this real quick, put it on here, tighten it down, and we have a semi-convenient place, I suppose, to mount the shower head. It's probably not ideal in every situation, and it doesn't get super tight. So in some cases, You know, see, I can move it pretty easily. So depending on the angle that you're at, it's either gonna work pretty well or it's gonna dip forward. But if you have it kind of you get a correct angle down, it's gonna be fine. So let's talk about the pump. So the pump has a specific size, and this has what has been a problem for me. In fact, these are our standard water jugs, standard 6-gallon water jugs from Igloo. They fit in the jerry can slots on the trailer, which is nice. And we will open one of these up and we'll drop the pump in. No go. So, well, what do we do? So I had a couple options that I considered. One would just be carrying a bucket and dump the water from here into a bucket, drop the pump into the bucket. Good to go. And I did that once. And of course, it worked fine. However, the other day, we were over at Shell's, which is like a sportsman's store. If you're not here in Colorado, it's like an Sportsman's Warehouse, or Sportsman's Outdoors, or REI, or Jack's, or any of those. And this has a nice, big, fat hole in it. Perfect for running this. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the ground. So, found a solution for that. This is a Reliance Aquatainer. Reliance Aquatainer. I'll see if there's like an Amazon link for that. On the back here, we're just gonna take a standard 1-pound propane bottle. Screw her into place. All right, in theory, we're good to go. Turn the system back on, turn the pump on. So I hear it pumping. Heard it fire up. So we've got kind of the middle spray. We've got the outer spray, and then we can combine them. And we can adjust how much comes out from a very light to full blown. And let's turn the heat up a little bit. That was at 70 degrees. Now, as soon as the power turns off, the heater turns off. So you're not wasting propane. I'm going to turn that back on. Let's go to the wide setting there. It's at 80 degrees already. 81, 82. I mean, it's warming up quick. So pretty handy for out there taking a shower, cleaning up. Very nice. I'm going to find a better way of mounting the handle somewhere that's more convenient. Now, something else. What I've done is kind of cheating a little bit, but it's helped. This water is 46 degrees right now. So it's been sitting in my garage overnight. But let's say I want hotter water. I want to get this water cooking hot here. I'll just recirculate it for a little bit. Heat up the water that's in here so the heater doesn't have to work as hard. And I'll start seeing my input temperature go up, which will also increase my output temperature. Got to be careful with this. You start getting close to about 120 degrees, this system will shut down as it overheats. But now the water temperature is at 50, my output is at 100. So I can just do this for just a moment. I'm not wasting water, I'm just recirculating it a little bit. I can see my source is up to 55 degrees, my output's at 102. I'm pretty much ready to go. So that's as warm as I would want to get it. So great, you've got a great shower system and all, right? But as good as that is, there's still another use for this, and that is cleaning, right? We got to do dishes when we're out camping, and it can be very difficult to get that nasty, greasy stuff out of dishes. But when you've got water that's 100 degrees, it's going to melt that grease right off, and you get a nice clean pan super quick. So not just for showers, not just for washing your hands, but for doing your dishes as well, and having that hot water source right on tap. Now, what I said about this being, I'm going to turn it off, about it being kind of a game changer for us is that you see the entire setup here. We have our water source and we have a heater. Now I can take this anywhere. I can take it in the Jeep if we don't have the trailer, so I'm not relying on the propane and the water source from the trailer. Here's my water source right here, and I can always put more water into this. So pretty simple. When we get to camp, we want the shower to be away from everything, so we're not making a muddy mess right there. Pick it up and move it, right? Now, we usually don't take a shower stall with us because we're more into dispersed camping. We're not around anybody else. But if you have a shower stall, go out, set it all up. You know, there's usually a little hanger for a shower head in there or something. And now you've got a nice shower, but it's not right next to your tent or right next to your trailer or right next to your vehicle. You can move it away and keep that mud and water somewhere else. So that for us is huge. Now, also often we have other people with us when we're out camping and overlanding. There'll usually be at least one other couple with us. Well, we can use it at our campsite. They can pick it up, move it to their campsite and use it instead of everyone having to come over to the trailer and use that system. So for that, I think this is really, really cool. Okay, that's all the good, right? Let's talk about negatives. Well, I mentioned one, which is this mount thing. Not very secure. It works, but it could be better. Number two, there is no bag to put everything in. You've got hoses, you've got the propane connector, you've got the shower head. It doesn't come with anything to put that all in. Now, fortunately, I was digging through my stuff and I found this tiny little duffel bag. So all the accessories fit in here very nice. And I found an old camera bag that the unit fits in absolutely perfectly. I can't keep the two pieces together. I didn't find anything for that, but for us, that's going to work just fine. We have all our accessories in one bag. We keep this in another bag, so everything stays nice and clean and everything. So not that big of a deal. The battery, I told you it has the built-in battery. You got to make sure you turn that off when you're done. Otherwise, that battery will drain, and then you're going to have to hook this up to some other power source in order to use it. But at least you can use another power source. If that battery's dead, just plug it into a power station. No big deal, right? So I love the fact that it has multiple ways of powering it. You're not stuck with one that can fail. Final thing, and this was a problem I actually ran into recently. I did a solo winter camping trip, link up there somewhere, and I went to use this and I couldn't get the water in to plug in. And I'm looking at it. Well, overnight, it had got down to about 20 degrees outside, and there was water inside of here that froze. That was a problem. So now I could have just put this in the Jeep overnight. It probably wouldn't have froze. There's ways I could have prevented it. But the main thing is you want to make sure that you drain this thing properly and completely before putting it away. And it really is as simple as that. So had I taken the time and made sure that there was no water in the system, I would not have run into a problem. It's just something to be aware of. I don't think it's a design flaw. It's just, you have something that's got water in it and you're in temperatures that are going to freeze that water. Guess what? That water is going to freeze and it's your fault, right? So notice as I tilted it back, more water came out. So you want to do this a few times and just make sure that every drop of water is out of there so that you don't run into the problem that I ran into. Now that I know about that, I'm going to make sure that this thing is nice and dry before I try putting it away and having it inside the trailer or the Jeep where it has the possibility of freezing. Now, price-wise, you're at $359 for this. So it's not a super cheap option, but compared to the other units that are out there, it's quite a bit less, about $200 less than competing brands. BougeRV makes great products. I've been very happy with their products. This is no exception. This will absolutely be going with us a lot over the next year or so until maybe another better solution will come out. Don't know. But for us, this will work absolutely great. I can take showers. I can clean my dishes. I can do all those things where hot water is really, really useful. So I recommend you check it out. There are links in the description below. You know, if you buy it from one of my affiliate links, totally appreciate it, whether that's on Amazon or BougeRV. We do appreciate that. And if this is something that you'd like, be sure and check it out. And oh, we are in a contest. We are in a contest with Colorado Mall Crawlers. If you don't watch Dewey and his channel, be sure and check it out. I'll put a link below. We're in a contest to see who can get to 50,000 subscribers first. So do me a favor, click on subscribe. I want to beat Dewey because whoever wins has to buy the loser a steak dinner. That's okay. That's okay. If I win, I'll buy Dewey a steak dinner. I'll be happy to do it. So thanks everybody. Thanks for all the subscribers out there. We really appreciate it. And check out the BougeRV shower system. I don't think you are going to be unhappy if you make this purchase. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe out there and a little cleaner, and we'll see you on the trails.